What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lantern, bringing you guys the week 2 chopping block for the NCL Season 2. I know I'm not really the host of this show. You guys are probably thinking, well, Austin just had jaw surgery, or Monster, he just had jaw surgery, so he's not going to be able to talk for a while. So I'm taking over for just a little bit. I'll also be posting his battle. I'll be recording and posting his battles on his channel. So you'll be hearing a lot of me if you follow Monster for the next little while. I'm pretty sure I have to record for him for the next month. So at least the next, I think we'll probably get through 6 chopping blocks of me filming it. But anyways, we're a little bit behind on the chopping block series. So this is the week 2 chopping block. And yeah, this is things coming into week 2 that we thought maybe shouldn't be on the board. But anyways, let's sort of get right into it. This is the week 2 chopping block. I'm your host, Ian, not Monster. And up first is Cobalion. So, Cobalion is a tier 3. It probably shouldn't still be sitting there. It's really good fighting and steel type. In my opinion, it's better than Lucario. The only benefit that Lucario has over Cobalion, in my opinion, is that it gets special setup and it gets priority options, and it gets like 3 different priority options. It's ridiculous. Extreme speed being the best one of those. Cobalion is faster, so it sort of outweighs the potential there. And I don't, yeah, no, Lucario gets agility, but Cobalion gets rock polish, and Cobalion's a very good double dance user. It's a much better Z move user than Lucario because it's so much faster. So yeah, Cobalion's extremely versatile, does whatever you need it to do. Can set rocks, you can be physically defensive with a Shuka Berry to eat like an Earthquake from Lando T and then fire off a big HP Ice or something. It can be specially offensive, physically offensive, it can be a pivot option for you, it can be a Sash user, it's a pretty strong mon. Uh, Weaknesses, it's pretty frail on the defensive side, its coverage is really lackluster, and it relies on dual stab. So the Spinef side for Cobalion, it's not super great, unfortunately. Um, it's definitely a more physically defensive mon, as most steel types are. The coverage options it gets, it's basically, well, this sort of ties into relying on dual stab. It basically relies on steel plus fighting, and then maybe Volt Switch thrown in there, or a hidden power. It doesn't really get much better than that, besides like X Scissor, which it generally doesn't need, unless you're trying to hit like Necrozma with it or something. I'm not entirely sure. Next up on the chopping block is Alolan Muck. This is another tier 3 mon that we don't really feel should be sitting there. Actually really surprised the Alolan Muck went undrafted. It's an amazing special wall. Poison and Dark means it's only weak to ground. It can absorb toxic spikes, ground and poison. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like Alolan Muck looks pretty solid to me. Uh, yeah, that's almost all there is to Alolan Muck. Uh, Recommended set number 1 is an Assault Vest set with Poison Touch, fully Spidef, careful, knockoff Poison Jab, Pursuit, Fire Punch. This is a pretty standard UU set. You'll normally see this because it can Pursuit Trap Mega Lottie really easily. Sorry, not Mega Lottie. Oh my god, I've been playing too much draft. Regular Latias, it can Pursuit Trap very easily. So it really deals with lots of Psychic types super well, getting a knockoff on their switch or just Pursuit Trapping them. Poison Jab is obviously dual stab, and with Poison Touch, Poison Jab's actually a 60% chance to poison, and Fire Punch is there for steel types, specifically regular Scizor. I think if you're playing in draft with this set, you might want Ice Punch there to hit the ground type switching in that can kill you or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what you'd want. There's another set as well, the Figgy Berry set with Curse Recycle. So it's a Curse Figgy Berry set with Gluttony, and you're just recycling berries over and over again until you get to +6 curses. Muck is already so bulky on the special side naturally that you don't really need to invest in that way, and so you're boosting your physical defense. Yeah, Muck is really phase easily, so it's pretty easy to just roar it out or whirlwind it out because it's so slow as well. You're not really under threat unless it's, you know, super setup. Then you might be in threat because you can't get your phasing off because of like a knockoff or something like that. But it's so slow that it's also really easy to hit it back hard. And if it's just starting to set up on you, then it's actually really easy to set up on it as well. If it's cursing and you're swords dancing, then I would say that that's probably your best case scenario there, or calm mining or something like that. If it's running gluttony, it's taunt bait. That's entirely true. The gluttony set relies on curse and recycle to do things, and it's going to be so slow that basically any taunt user can sort of stop it in its tracks. And that looks like the end of the slide deck. I didn't really look over this too much, but there you go. So that was the chopping block for week 2, Cobalion and Alolan Muck, and I will catch you guys for the next episode.